Hi, my name is Laura. I'm a filmmaker and content creator, and I've been doing The Artist Way now for 6 weeks for creative recovery. This week is all about recovering a sense of abundance. This week, Julia Cameron addresses the idea of luxury, and it's not like her definition of luxury isn't, about designer bags or brands or whatever. It's a really more personal perspective on luxury, what makes you feel luxurious, rather. So it's personal and it's about pampering your inner artist child. It's also about combating this idea of the scarcity mindset and always constricting yourself to what is possible or what is financially and just, I guess, sort of logistically reasonable. I'm trying to push past that and expand basically feel that there is an abundance present in the world that you can tap into, which is a really interesting perspective. And here I just wanted to share some of the moments and places that made me feel really abundant this week and for which I'm, again, very grateful for. So, I think this week, access to public space, to nature, to fresh fruits and vegetables, to, public transport, for example, has made me feel luxurious personally. But having said that, I did want to address something that has started cropping up now. It's her lack of context when she talks about some of these concepts or when she addresses some of these more mindset shifts and things like that, because I kind of wish that she recognized just a little bit more some of the realities that artists and creatives face right now. I know that this book was written a while ago at this point, so obviously the circumstances weren't the same and they don't necessarily apply in the same way anymore. And I understand why she's kept it open and hasn't honed in on specific circumstances, because she wants her concepts to apply to the widest amount of people, and she wants creatives to, precisely sort of think past some of these concrete sort of blocks, or some of these considerations, these practical considerations that might be blocking them. But that being said, we're still impacted by the circumstances that surround us. There's I don't think it's useful to necessarily ignore them. I think it's more, at least for me personally, it's more about finding a balance between trying to still believe in your dreams and make them come true, and have some fun sometimes maybe in the process also, and sometimes taking into consideration the reality and making certain concessions and finding ways to operate within your constraints. Anyway. But maybe that's just me. I can be sometimes over-practical. So, I don't want to take away from the amount of comfort and the usefulness of what she says. I still learn a lot from this chapter and felt really sort of protected and comforted, and but I did want to address, just be honest and talk about some of the resistance that I've been feeling as well. It kind of makes you think of the phrase, "What's for you won't pass you by." And I completely understand the usefulness of that phrase. It's incredibly helpful, and it helps you to not obsess over the noise and the opportunities that are sort of swirling past. A slow period, for example, in filmmaking, which is what's happening right now with Corona, with politics, with et cetera, with the strikes. Things are just so much slower, and that has a very real impact on our careers, on the money that we get, on the opportunities that we get, on the things that we get to create. There's no thinking past that. There's no visualizing yourself past that. You don't need to completely lock yourself in that or think that it's like, become necessarily hopeless. But it is a reality that you can't ignore, if that makes sense. Some of the concepts that she brings forth and the way that she brings them forth can at times feel a little bit naive without context. Anyway, so I don't know if that's just, yeah. She does mention that there comes a point where you experience resistance. And I have evidently reached the said point. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't. If you guys have also tried out the artist way and have also gotten to this point where like, I'm not really connecting with the like more sort of spiritual or like overly positive perspective that she's putting forth, I'm with you. I'm struggling with that right now as well. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, like I do want to keep a positive mindset as well. Like as I mentioned, this week I got to be in these gorgeous places, and that's awesome and amazing, and is kind of an example, I guess, of what's around you, like, being open to the beautiful things that are around you. So fair enough. But yeah, I don't know, it's like complicated. Yeah, it's a little bit, the reality is complicated. And yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to just respect that a little bit more. I am fully rambling. Hopefully you've understood some of what I've been trying to say. My morning pages this week were quite short. I didn't really go past like the 1-page mark, but that's totally fine. I did end up doing them regularly, which is nice, and I do seem to be a lot happier this week. And I think that's down to the fact that I took a break and chilled out and spent time in nature and spent time with my mom, which was clearly needed for me. So yeah, it's been really, really, really nice and really, really good. Anyway, passing past that, my artist date this week was also in the mountains, and there was like a tiny little stream. There was also some fire burning that we were grilling our sausages on, which was really nice. I was drawing, and you can see here the results of that. My mom drew too, which is really cute, and yeah. The tasks this week were relatively easy. One of them was to bake a cake, so here's my cake baking extravaganza. The other one was to list your 5 favorites list your 5 favorite dogs, list your 5 favorite, movies, or et cetera, et cetera. I'll just put it here. Which was sort of kind of similar to the previous tasks. There's a little bit of repetition going here, I feel, sometimes, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just not doing the right tasks. Anyway, so, as I was saying, my creative affirmations this week is, I will not give up on myself or my creative pursuits. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for your time and your attention and giving me a little listen. See you next week, which is all about recovering a sense of community, which sounds lovely. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys. Oh, of course, if you liked this video, please don't hesitate to give it a like, a thumbs up, or leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Mwah.